Hi, today we're going to learn how to write the equation of an altitude of a triangle. Before we can begin that task, we must recall what an altitude of a triangle is. As you may recall, an altitude is a segment that starts in a vertex and ends when it makes a right angle with the opposite side, or sometimes an extension of the opposite side. In this case, we're going to write the equation of the one starting in vertex A. So I would recommend you sketch it in just like I did. Start at A and then go and try to make a right angle with side BC. Keep in mind when the altitude comes and hits side BC, it's all about making a right angle, and it most likely doesn't end at the midpoint of side BC. If it happens to go to BC's midpoint, that would be an accidental happening. Now, as far as what information we need to write the equation of any line, we need a formula. In this case, we're going to use the point-slope formula. And we need a point on that line, and we need the slope of that line. As far as a point on our altitude here, the only point we have available is -9, -2, since we do not know the coordinates where that altitude hits side BC. As far as the slope goes, I'm not going to be able to use our conventional slope formula because I don't have that second point on my altitude. But I can find the slope of BC, and since it's making a right angle with that, I can take the negative reciprocal to find the slope of the altitude. So let's get the slope of BC. And to set that up, we're going to go 4 minus a -1 all over 5 minus 6. So that is the right setup for the slope. 4 minus a -1 comes out to be 5. And 5 minus 6 is a -1. So our slope of side BC is -5. And we need to find the negative reciprocal of that for the slope of the altitude. So in this case, the slope of the altitude will be, change it to a positive, and then flip over 5 over 1, so it becomes positive 1/5. All that's left to do is actually write the equation of the line. So I'm going to begin by writing y minus y1. That's the y coordinate of the point you selected. Y minus a -2 is equal to 1/5, parentheses, x minus the x coordinate of this point. Let's neaten this up a little bit so we get rid of the double negative. So it's y plus 2 equals 1/5, parentheses, x plus 9. There is your equation of the altitude. Finally, here is a problem for you to try tonight. As usual, you should write this out on a separate piece of paper, and you should turn it in at the start of class, showing both your answer and all work. Have a good night.